talking about 5 key things you should do to get out of depression. So the word of the day is perseverance. Persistent in doing something despite difficulty or delaying achieving success. Come on, that's powerful right there, man. What that means is somebody trying to achieve something, they're trying to make something happen for themselves, and it's taken a long time. It's taken a long time. Not only is it taking a long time, it turns out to be difficult. Whatever they're trying to accomplish is very difficult, yet they keep going.
Yes, sir. That's determination.
Yeah, determination. Yeah, that's another word for perseverance. That's another word for it. Yeah. Yeah, so you persevere says that in the face of obstacles, in the face of delayed success, you just keep on going. You take your hits, but you keep going. So at the end of it, when you finally get that success, it means a lot to you. You protect that success. You nurture that success because you worked hard for it. Man, I'm missing y'all today, man. Come on, man. Y'all ever seen a kid that was always given something? You ever seen a kid when everything was always easy? Everything was easy, man. They gave them everything. You show me a kid and their parents give them everything, no matter how good or bad they are, then I'm going to show you a kid that don't appreciate it. We don't appreciate stuff people give us more than we appreciate stuff we work for. It's one thing if you got a parent who give you your first car and you junk it up in less than a year, opposed to you having to work a year to save to buy your own car. You're going to take better care of it. What's easy is not always what's good, man. And sometimes, man, you got to persevere. You got to go through some stuff in order to get what you need. Because there's a whole lot of people, man, running around cutting corners, selling dope on the side, selling pills on the side, doing illegal things to come up. And they got car, they paying all their bills, they got excess money, and there's somebody else who's working paycheck to paycheck to get what they want, trying to save. And the person working paycheck to paycheck trying to save, it's going to take them a longer time, man. They might even be catching a bus, walking to the bus station. While they walking to the bus station, people they know driving around in fancy cars blowing their horn at them. But by the time that person saves up enough money to get their car, those people who was honking their horns when they was driving past gonna be on their way to the penitentiary. It's something about perseverance, man, putting it in the work and not giving up because it gets difficult. A lot of people give up. And a lot of people give up right when they're about to have their breakthrough. A lot of people give up right when they're about to have their success. Have you ever heard of a person who dropped out of school, who quit school in the 12th grade? You just negated all the years you went to school, bruh. Perseverance, persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delaying achieving success. Sometimes you gotta work for it, man, and it's better for you when you work for it. Saying of the day, I'm not responsible for who I attract, I'm only responsible for who I entertain. Man, I'm missing y'all this morning. Man, what's going on, man? What's up? Is this a leap year?
No.
Huh? Look, man, I'm not responsible for who I attract. I'm only responsible for who I entertain. Because we might attract something that might not be what we want, might not be what we need in our life, but that's where discernment come in at. Come on, man. I had somebody post the other day. I don't even know who it was. It was some clown. Posted something about, I was walking to my car and some guy I didn't know came up to me and you look good and this and that. Y'all guys got to stop doing that. Y'all guys? What are you talking about? You guys got to stop doing that. No, he got to stop doing that. And if you entertain that, that's your fault. You pick a bad, toxic relationship and now you dogging all women. Let me say this. Let me get this out the way, man. Because some people don't understand it. Let me give me some drink of water first. If you in a toxic relationship and you are with somebody and you entertain that person and it turns out that they betray you, they hurt you, they mistreat you, that has nothing to do with other women. That has nothing to do with other women. And If that relationship, when it fails, you go off into another relationship and you bleed on that next person, or 5 years later, you still talking about all women, or if it's a woman, 5 years later, you still talking about all men this, they won. Your ex won. Because they messed your head up royally. Because you can't even pick a healthy relationship now. And instead of just saying, I need to work on me and I need some help, I'm just going to say all women now.
That means they're moving forward.
Okay. But I guarantee you, if you in a toxic relationship with somebody, that relationship ends and you talking about all women, this and that, and you got issues with women or you against women, that person beat you. They are the winner. They're victorious. Because they've written space in your head and they're affecting your future relationships in a toxic way. So it's almost like they're still in your life. I'll be damned. Excuse my language. If I'm in a toxic relationship with a woman, it don't work out, and a good woman come along and I mistreat her, I'll be damned if I do that. Not responsible for who I attract. I am not responsible for who is attracted to me. I'm only responsible for who Will entertains. And if I entertain the wrong person, that's on Will. And it's easy to criticize the whole woman race, because then that make my self-esteem go up, because maybe I ain't got the problem. It's the whole women race, but guess what? They got you. Woo, they got you.
It's all in your head.
Oh man, they got you. Because I done been in toxic relationships who ain't been in them. But I refuse to allow them to rent space in my head. This talk is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional guidance, advice, treatment, or diagnosis. If you or someone you know is experiencing a mental health crisis, substance use or abuse, or suicidal thoughts, dial 988. 988 is available 24/7 nationwide and staffed by trained crisis counselors who are just a text or call away. 5 key things you should do to get out of depression. Coming out of depression can seem challenging at first, as the process of emotional and psychological healing requires mindfulness, perseverance, and strong will, which are all qualities a hurting mind struggle to keep. However, understanding that you have these feelings and knowing that you need to do something about them to get better is a great first step. 5 key things you should do to get out of depression. Number 1, engage in healthy conversations. Power of life and death in the tongue, they say. If you're going through a depression, watch who you talk to and watch what you talking about. Because the last thing you need if you in a depression is toxic people and toxic conversations. All you doing is throwing wood on the fire. Don't engage with nobody when you're going through a depression that's toxic. Engage in healthy conversations. Most depressed people spend a lot of time alone because they may feel safety and comfort in being alone and withdrawing from others. However, avoiding others may only worsen your mood. So whatever way you choose to engage with people, notice how your mind changes and the way in which your understanding of the world and life expands. When we're caught up in the realities or the so-called realities that our mind convinces us of, the one way to get out of it is to break through into the other side of the world, to the outside world. So that's the thing. 5 key things you should do to get out of depression. Number 2, spend time in the outdoors. Spend time in nature. Because most people who go through depression, they seclude themselves. They hide themselves off from the world. That just makes the depression worse. Yeah. You be in a room all by yourself. You just secluded yourself all by yourself. You don't have no friends around. You don't have no family around. That can help make your depression even worse. Doing tedious and repetitive tasks all day can make you wander off into unhelpful and mentally damaging thoughts and processes. A good way to relieve stress and improve your mental and physical well-being is to take a step outside, and even spending a small amount of time outdoors every day can significantly increase your self-esteem, confidence, improve your mood, and reduce feelings of stress and tension. There's something called ecotherapy. Ecotherapy is a mental health treatment where participants do beneficial activities outside in nature. Like they might take them out to go fishing if they're depressed. So another part of their therapy is they might go to a park and plant flowers. So anything that's an activity out in nature, they might go boating. Take a group of people and put some life jackets on and go boating. And that's called ecotherapy. That's stuff you can do on your own. Spending time out in nature helps improve your mood. So this ecotherapy, so taking in the beauty of the outdoors can give you the chance to cleanse your mind and rejuvenate yourself for better days ahead. 5 key things you should do to get out of depression. Number 3, challenge your negative thoughts. You gotta learn how to control your negative thoughts, man, because if you don't, they're gonna control you. That's that critical self. That's that negative self-talk. I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too tall, I'm too short, I'm too light, I'm too dark, my nose too big, my nose too small, my lip too big, my lip too small. Come on, man. People do this stuff all the time. They just chop themselves up. Negative thought patterns can come in many forms. Some include all or nothing thinking. This all or nothing thinking, which is usually accompanied by generalizing from a single negative experience. So let me go back. Let me say that again first before I go back. Negative thought patterns can come in many forms. Some include, this is all or nothing thinking. Now think about if you know somebody who had a bad experience because of that one bad experience. They generalize everything now. Just because you had one bad experience don't mean you can generalize everything. Just because you had one bad experience with a woman doesn't mean you can criticize all women. Some include all or nothing thinking, which is usually accompanied by generalizing from a single negative experience. Also, mental filtering. That's another way of thinking, which is called mental filtering, where you focus on the negatives and ignore the positives in your life. And also there's another way of thinking called labeling yourself. And this is where you classify yourself based on perceived shortcomings and more. You can challenge these unhelpful thoughts by asking yourself the following questions. These are questions you want to ask yourself when you have these negative thoughts. What's the evidence that this thought is true or not? You got to challenge your negative thoughts. Because 9 times out of 10, the thought is a lie anyway. Another question you want to ask yourself, what will I tell a friend who had this thought? What would I tell my friend? Because a lot of times we can talk to people and counsel other people, but we could be in the same situation and we give ourselves no grace. None. Am I right? We don't give ourselves no grace, man, and we harder on ourselves than we would be on somebody else. What would you say to your child if they came to you with the thoughts that you have? What would be the good advice you would give them? And whatever good advice you would give them, you need to give that to yourself. Another question you want to ask yourself, is there another way of looking at the situation or an alternate explanation? Change your perspective. Also, how might I look at this situation if I didn't have depression? Is this my depression tricking me? I mean, would I be thinking these thoughts if I wasn't depressed? Challenge your negative thoughts. As you reflect on your stream of thinking, notice how quickly your negative thoughts crumble when you take the power away from them. 5 key things you should do to get out of depression. Number 4, know that a bad today doesn't mean a bad tomorrow. Man, that's powerful. You don't have to drag stuff into the next day. You don't have to bleed into the next day, bro. You can leave that stuff yesterday and forget about it. You don't have to bring it with you. Know that a bad today does not mean a bad tomorrow. When we're especially having a hard time dealing with our negative thoughts, remember that today isn't indicative of what could be tomorrow. Always give yourself some grace and take everything one step at a time. If you are unsuccessful at getting out of bed or accomplishing your goals today, remember that you haven't lost tomorrow's opportunity to try again. Instead of seeing tomorrow as just another dreadful and dreary day, view it as a fresh start for you to heal and to improve your mindset.
Every day I get up, I focus on my goal.
All you want to do is make a few little steps today, man, and be better than you was yesterday. Try to accomplish something every day. Don't waste your time not accomplishing your goals, man, and do not sit around feeling sad for yourself. Every day, get something done. Every day, get something done. 5 key things you should do to get out of depression. And the final one, number 5, reward your efforts along the way. The fact that you took some steps to better yourself, give yourself a pat on the back. If you ever said to yourself, man, I want to be a better person, and made that decision that today I'm going to try to be a better person, give yourself a pat on the back for that. Reward your efforts along the way. As with anything, it's about progress, not perfection, and the little things lead to greater success in the mental health journey. So take the time to appreciate the hard work you're putting in to grow, feel, and be better than you were the day before. The fact that you're taking the time off of your day to engage with your mind and attend to its many needs is already a great accomplishment that deserves a pat on the back. You have to shower yourself with the tender, loving care you look to receive from others. You have to shower yourself with the tender, loving care you look to receive from others, man. You got to show yourself some love. Come on. We want other people to show it to us, man. But you got to learn how to show yourself some love first. You got to be your number one fan in life. That job is not for nobody else, man. If you ain't your number one fan in this life, shame on you. Because you done been with you all your life. And you ain't a fan yet. You done been with you all your life and you don't like you yet.
Yeah, he just said.
Come on.
Yeah, you gotta.
Come on. Because you ain't going to better take no vacation or no break from yourself. If I fall out with a friend, if I fall out with a relative, I don't have to be around them. I can avoid them. I can avoid their phone calls. I don't have to go see them. And if they come see me, I don't have to let them in. You can't do that with yourself. You can't. You stuck with you. Yeah, you can run, but you can't hide. Not from you. Where you gonna go? You with you forever and always. Yeah. When ain't nobody else around, you gonna be there. So it comes a time, man, where you gotta love you more than anybody, man. And I know it's kind of funny, but it's real. It's real. Come on, man. I'm laughing too. It's funny, but it's real. You got to literally be your number one fan. You can't expect somebody else to do that job.
Now you're running sometime when you look in the mirror, you see yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. You got it. You got to love yourself first, man. You got to be your number one fan. You got to be the writer, the producer, the director, the leading actor. You got to be the stunt person. You got to be the cook. You got to be everything in your own movie of your life. That job doesn't belong to anybody else. You have to shower yourself with the tender, loving care you look to receive from others. When we reward ourselves, we're reminding ourselves of how well we did, allowing ourselves to fuel our own fire in order to keep going. That says something special about a person who says to themselves, you know what? I want to raise my self-esteem. That says something about a person to recognize that they have low self-esteem and to work towards building it. That's powerful, man. Because most people deny that they got low self-esteem. So what they do, instead of admitting that they have low self-esteem, they try to compensate it. I'm going to go out there and buy a bunch of clothes and look good in them. I'm going to go out there and get a nice car, the flyest car in my town, get some wheels and get a system and a speaker. But guess what? You still not going to feel good. You're going to feel good for a little while. And sometimes you get in that car, you might feel good.
You still got to pay for it.
You still got to pay for it, but there's a thing that comes from inside, man. There's something that comes from inside that nobody can take away. Nobody can take away from you, man. And that's when you love yourself. That's when you really, truly care about yourself, man. Even when nobody else is around, you happy because you know you got enough love for yourself.